Hello, humans!
Hello, humans!
Today we're going to be making things a little bit spookier and a little bit scarier with Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. was released in 2001, and this one is by far one of my favorite openings that they've done. It's really cool. It's a very simple opening that's all animated, and it reminds me a lot of the old school ones that we had in the 60s and 70s. So similar to Aristocrats and 101 Dalmatians, we just have all the doors, and it's just a fun way to introduce us into the film. The music is really fun. It was also created by Randy Newman one more time. He has been this straight up music artist for all the films since this point on. And it's really cool because I didn't realize how much he actually did. You know him best for Toy Story, but he actually worked on a lot of Pixar films, as well as, like I said, Princess and the Frog and others. He's done a lot more in his career than I thought. And instead of John Lasseter directing it, this is directed by Pete Docter, who was also on the team with the original host, but this is his directorial debut for Pixar, and he does a fantastic job with it. It's a really fun film. It's just really creative, and you get to go into a world of monsters, but they're fun, they're not scary, and they just are very different, and that's the only thing about it. And the story we have is their job is to go into kids' bedrooms and scare them so they can power their city.
Since the very first bedtime, all around the world, children have known that once their mothers and fathers tuck them in and shut off the light, that there are monsters hiding in their closets, waiting to emerge. But what they don't know is, it's nothing personal. It's just their job. Whoa!
Because kids' screams power the city. And while Sully, who is played by John Goodman, goes into Boo's room, she ends up following him back into the monsters world. And they believe that kids are completely toxic, but it's a complete lie. And instead, they have to work together, Mike and Sully. Mike is also played by Billy Crystal. That they have to save the city but also take Boo back to the human world, and there's a really cool friendship element of it, and Sully and Boo have a really special connection with each other, and he becomes the hero of the story and is able to save her, as well as they are able to change the entire city. And it's a really cool storyline. It's really creative and a really fresh perspective on the world of monsters, because I'm a huge fan of monsters. I love horror, and I love how creepy and crawly they can sometimes get, but a lot of kids' movies always play the reverse angle onto it, and this is the same scenario where, because you don't want kids to get too scared of everything, they want you to be welcomed and be able to see both sides of the story. I was always a strange kid that was always into monsters and liked them from the beginning, so Boo just thought that Sully looked like a big giant blue kitten.
What was that?
But I always just knew the monsters and thought that they were cool. I knew they did not look like any kittens, but I still really enjoyed watching them and being able to be a part of the world. Billy Crystal and John Goodman do a fantastic job, and we also have our villain Randall, who is played by Steve Bellucci.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Also a fantastic actor, and it's a really great cast. I really enjoy the humor in there. It's a lot of fun, and Billy Crystal is fantastic, and he works really well. I love the team of Mike and Sully. They work really well together, and they definitely make the movie, in my opinion. I think they are fantastic leads as characters. They're so much fun, and they bring a lot of humor that's great humor into the scenario story. Again, I have to bring up the music here. put that thing back where it came from.
So help me, so help me, so help me get by. Put that thing back where it came from. Oh, so help me, so help me. I just gotta cry.
Is one of my favorite quotes from this film. I love that they actually went through at the end of the film and created a musical that was a fake musical just for them to cover up Hiding Boo. That they actually went through and did it. It was such a fantastic idea that they actually, and that's the one thing I really do love about Pixar, that they have a lot of fun and they go the extra mile with creating bloopers and outtakes and just extra steps with these characters because they're animating every single scene. They're not just me, it's like I'm recording this right now, let me just pop in some extras, it takes me a couple seconds. No, they are literally animating every single thing, and the fact that they have bloopers and outtakes for these characters is such an extra admiration that they do that. Just like how Toy Story has their own ride in the Disney parks, Monsters Inc. now has their own attraction in the Disney parks with Monsters Inc.'s Laugh Floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Laugh Floor!
And Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor was more of a recent attraction, and it replaced a really beloved attraction that kind of has a love-hate relationship with everything. But I do enjoy going into it. It's just really fun because now instead of scaring, it's a laugh floor. So they want to make you laugh, and it's more for kids. It's a really cool idea because kids are able to experience a comedy club, which is mostly only an adult's attraction in real life. I mean, I haven't even experienced a comedy club yet, and I've been over 21 for how many years at this point, but I like the idea that these kids are able to get a taste of what reality is with adult entertainment, and they have a lot of fun time, and the fact that it's interactive is also really fun, and it's simple. I like it. Plus when we went, we also got picked and got to experience that guy. So for me, I have a lot of fun with it. It's a simple attraction. It's something that most people wouldn't run to. But if you have the time and you just have an hour to kill before your next fast pass or dining reservation, it's never really that long a wait. It's only 5-10 minutes at most to wait, and they always have continuous shows. So that's something that I enjoy a lot better. Plus, you don't get things attacking you. That's what makes it better compared to It's Tough to Be a Bug, which is the other Pixar attraction that's a popular one. You don't get things attacking you. Instead, they welcome you in and all they want to do is tell you jokes. So that is always an improvement to me, and that is something that I approve of. So it's a really fun film. I hope you guys check it out if you do like monsters. I love monsters. Tomorrow we're going to continue with one of my personal Pixar favorites with Finding Nemo. As always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.